Hey guys, this is JaRyCu coming at you with episode 3 of the Builder's Custom Pack by JC2XS. I decided I'm going to call this series JaRyCu Builds Stuffz. I'm very technical with my names, as y'all know. And well, in this episode in this entire series, we're going to build stuffs. Because why not? What else do you do in Minecraft besides mine stuff and build stuff? Honestly, I've not mined all that much either. I know that last episode I said I was going to, so I did go mine some. You see, I've got a glorious iron copper hammer, and it's got mending moss on it, so it heals itself. So I rarely ever have to do anything to it. It's kind of cool. I got an axe that heals itself. I got a shovel that doesn't. I got some wands that I stole from JC's chest, and I've been using them to transport things. And I've been having some fun. So let's start and show you some of the changes because our area has grown. Now we're going to start over here in the B area, and I'm not going to go like all the way in depth like I did in the last episode because I don't want to kill you out of boredom. So first things first, I have expanded out our bog earth, peat bog farm. It goes way down there. Each row gives me somewhere close to a stack, a little more, a little less. I didn't count them exactly, so it's right around there, of the bog, or the peat, whatever it's called, so that I can make more power. And with the number of machines we have now, we're up to 4 machines. I needed the ability to make more power. Right, let's go and turn these on. So I made 3 engines. The first one is out, so I need to go and like refill that. This one's still got a little bit, and this one is also out, so let's not even turn him on. But yeah, we're going to try and refill this. We still got our carpenter, which I've been using to make stuff. Still got our squeezer, which I filled up, and then I used it to make stuff. Got our centrifuge, which you can see I processed a whole lot of honeycombs. And then I needed a bottler. Because the easiest way to make this stuff is not to use a bucket over and over and over, because you can only do that one at a time. But you can actually do this. It's called 10 something. Let's see. No, it's not. It's called can. Here we go. Is to get a can, which is just 3 10 together. 3 of those gives you 12 cans. So literally like 1 block, and you'll have 36 cans, and that makes you a whole lot of stuff. Oh, I forgot about that. So you can make that. Those stack up to 64, just like most everything else. And you can throw them into a bottler. Now a bottler is a really easy, semi-easy machine to make. It takes one of those sturdy casings, which is just 8 pieces of bronze. It takes 4 cans and 4 pieces of glass. And then what you need to do is pipe water into it. So what I did was, down here below the ground, I made an infinite water supply. I made a liquid transfer node, and I put a mining upgrade in it, because on 1.10, there are no more world interaction upgrades. Now you need mining upgrades. With that, you need an upgrade base and a golden pick. Upgrade base is just a weighted pressure plate inside of a resonator. So I've got, back over on top of the mining entrance, I laid down I think 12 solar panels from Extra Utilities too, so that my resonator would have power. The resonator is inside the saloon. I'll show you that in a bit. And then all you do is you throw the cans in here, it fills them up, and you pull them back out. Can't be easier than that. And then you have water. And then you can craft a whole bunch of this peat bog stuff all at once, instead of doing it, 6 or 8 at a time. Let's see here. Now, Forestry has this genetics game, and you get it by having an escritoire. I didn't take French, I don't know how to say that. So it's an escritoire for us. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I know it. Just tell me. It'll be okay. And what you're supposed to do is you take, well, let's just say a bee, and you put it in there. You can't put them anywhere else. You're supposed to be able to put some over there to get hints, but I'll never get hints off of this. And it's a match game. So let's see, that's a phantasmal drone and a slimy drone. Okay, game over. So now we put him back in. That's a valiant and a yellow. Okay, game over. Black, white, frugal, obsidian. Okay, none of those match. And that's happened to me every single time I've played this game. You're supposed to be able to match those all up, and then you get like stuff over here. Well, none of mine ever match, so I don't really know what I'm doing wrong there. I've got more bees. I also took down the tree farm because we were getting butterflies like there was no tomorrow. And I tried putting butterflies in that escrotor thing again, or escrotor thing, and nothing happened. It was the same deal. Nothing. I got one matching pair out of like 20 butterflies. To catch a butterfly, by the way, you just need a scoop, and I think I'm out of scoops because I went to get some more princesses. Okay, here's scoops right here. All you do is you right-click it, and it stuns it, and then you just scoop it right up. Without the scoop, it just jumps in your inventory, and you do whatever you want to do with it. And if you decide to let it go, you just throw it on the ground, and it takes about 5 to 10 seconds, and it starts flapping its wings, and it flies off, scared witless, because that's a butterfly, and they're scared of people. Then I redid my beehives, my apiaries. I put the bee houses back out. Bee houses do not allow for mutation. So if all you want to do is produce, you didn't stack. I doubt you're going to stack. If all you need is honey, you just get a bee house and go to town with it. As soon as I get some conduit, which I think I'll be able to make today, then I can automate these, and then I'll just have infinite honey off of that. I'm going to stick one of you in there. We're going to stick you there, get some more of you. And then I ended up with so many, I just kept on going at it. And I've been throwing away drones like crazy too, because I just don't need them. You. Okay. So here's what I did here. It's in a, if you look at journey map, let me zoom in a little bit. It's in the shape of a Y for a reason. And I'm assuming this is still current for 1.10, but when I was in the shower a while ago, I was doing some thinking about this, and I'll show you why I think it may be different. Now you start off with a hive bee. A hive can be a red bee, a blue bee, like the guys we got over here. The forest bees, the meadow ones. Where do they go? Like a meadows. It can be the marshy ones, the rocky ones. Any of the ones that you literally pull out of a hive. When you take your scoop and whack it. Those are called hive bees. Because, they come out of hives. And so this is my hive bee apiary right here. So we're going to throw you in there so I can get some more out of you. And that's a pure one right there. So that's doing basically the same thing that is. Now you mix two different species of hives, so like the red ones and the blue ones, and eventually you get common ones. So I got common ones going right here. Now you mix a hive bee and a common bee to get a cultivated bee. Cultivateds are, wow, purple ones. Let's do you because you stack. You stack. You stack with you? No. Okay, we'll throw you in there. And we'll just get rid of... No, we're going to hang on to those because I needed those for something. Now here's where it gets funny. It used to be you would mix a common bee with a cultivated bee, and you would either get a diligent or a noble bee. One of the two. It was random. I don't really remember. And I looked this morning at my old resources because I've got about 6 links in a Chrome folder for bee breeding with all kinds of flowcharts and all to help you understand it better. And I couldn't find anywhere where it tells you, specifically you get a noble or specifically a diligent. You just get one or the other. It randomly forks like this. So you notice, well, I've got a noble and a common, which shouldn't be the case. I should have cultivated in here because you mix common and cultivated. I guess that could be. So let's see here. I want to mix those two because we're going to leave this guy alone for now. So let's put you in here, put you in here, and we'll see what comes out of that. I have no noble bees. I don't even know what color. Let's see what a noble bee looks like. Noble. Okay, those are bright orange as well. Those are weird, right? No, that's a noble bee. Huh. So you need to be in this one. Okay, you need to be in that one. Somehow or another, I ended up with majestic queens. Don't know where they came from. No idea. Let's do this. Let's see which one of these is better. Yeah, we got honey up there. Okay, you are straight majestic, which is great. You are straight majestic. Shortened. Shorter. Now, I don't know the difference in shortened and shorter. I think shortened is better. I don't know. I really don't know. Slowest worker. So neither one of those is very good. But we will throw you in here so you can do your thing. I haven't gotten to Imperial yet. Imperial, you get by mixing these two. So Majestic with a Noble. And I have not got to Industrious yet. You get to Industrious by mixing Diligent with Unweary. You need imperial and industrious in order to make aviaries. Let's go sleep really quick because I don't want to get blown up. Oh yeah, I haven't shown you the barn. I'll show you the barn in a minute too. I finally finished it off. And I'm proud of this barn. I think it looks pretty good. The outside, it still needs a little bit of work, so I will work on that. But yeah, I'll come show you this in just a minute. So what you do here is, in order to make an alveary is a gigantic multi-block. You need at minimum alveary blocks, and then you have these other add-ons you can do to it to help do different things. But an alveary block is made with an impregnated casing, which is easy. That's just seed oil, and we've got a ton of that, and wood. No problem with that. Scented paneling, on the other hand, this is where it gets funny. You remember, I've been storing beeswax. I've got almost 2 stacks of beeswax in the centrifuge, right? Wood is no problem at all. Pollen and royal jelly are the problem. And we need honey over here, so we need to start generating honeycombs as well. So I really need to get on the automation process. To get royal jelly, well, it doesn't show you in here. We don't have the bees add-on for JEI. But that comes from the imperials. Pollen comes from the industrious. Now, what I'm wondering, though, that's just straight up pollen. My butterflies have been dropping pollen, so I got one there. I got 4 pollens up here. I honestly don't know what to do with the pollens, but I got them. So I wonder if those would count towards that. I don't know. But the alvearies allow me, like right now, I can't do any winter here because this is a prairie biome. I could do rocky if I could find a rocky pristine princess. I found a rocky ignoble. I found 2 rocky ignobles, which they'll be good for a while, but they will eventually die off, and that throws you for a loop. That's never good. I've also got some more justics here. Got some wintry ones, which there's a wintry biome over there. That's where I got them from. You can see the edge of it here. So I'm tempted to either do a second bee area or set up like a train system to go down there and back so that I could get down there to it pretty quickly, because I think that'd be a lot of fun. But let's go and show you what else is going on around here. Hey, that's AQ. AQ just joined us. You want to be on. Okay, so first things first, we got some villagers here. And I built this little custom shack. This is blue wool, and I chiseled it because I really like the pattern of it. If you look inside, it looks pretty cool too. I've got a piece of glowstone in the middle so nothing can spawn in there. Now, I had to close them in. This is my second set of villagers I had. The first one I left this pane off and just left it open so I could actually get to them and talk to them. And I came on, they were there for 2 days, like literally the last 2 days. And I logged on this morning and they were gone. I don't know if they crawled out and ran away. My guess is a baby zombie got in there and ate them. That's all I can figure because they were just gone. So I went and captured these 2. I've been doing some exploring, and there's stuff everywhere, as you can see. There's this beautiful crag biome. I mean, this thing is just breathtaking. There's a village here. That's where these 2 apiary guys came from. Or maybe it was this one. It was one of these. Actually, I think it was this one. Let's see. Yeah, because it went off in the trees here. There's an area right here where the village it's just split. Like, this building is not finished. This building is not finished. They're both wide open. It's like somebody went through there with a bulldozer and just wiped it out. It's kind of cool looking. Okay, but that's what these 2 guys are. With them, I can just break out a piece of wood, and I can go in there and talk to them and get what I need from them. They're not as good as the original. I had an apiary villager in there before, and that one would trade any kind of princess for other stuff, like for emeralds, which was great. So I have all these ignoble princesses because instead of throwing them away and just getting rid of them, I could have traded those in and got emeralds for them. And neither one of these guys does that. So I'm going to have to trade them off. The next thing, I made an automatic pumpkin farm. And I know that pumpkins aren't yellow, but I didn't have any orange dye, and I had a ton of yellow dye because all the goldenrod that's around here. But the way this works is pretty simple. This is actually a vanilla farm with one twist. I'll show you the twist over here. Let's see. It's right in the center, I believe. There it is. I have an RFTools Timer in here. This timer is set for 1 minute. 20 ticks is 1 second. 60 times 20 is 1200. So this thing goes off 1 time per minute. Pretty easy, right? Just going to get you over here. And the way I've got this set up And this took a little bit of trial and error because I've never built a vanilla pumpkin farm. So I've got a pumpkin stalk. Can I get out of here? Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I can get in here. I've got pumpkin stalks every other block. The way pumpkins grow is they can grow to the north, south, east, and west. Those 4 cardinal directions. So I cut off this direction here and that direction there, so they can't grow that way. Now they can only grow to the sides. Then I put pistons here. Originally I had a different idea with sticky pistons, which is why they're sticky. Turns out I didn't need them to be sticky because my original idea didn't work. And that kind of sucked. But this idea works great. So in this 1 minute, hopefully one will grow and we can see it happen. Okay, none grew there. But you can see we've already got 4.5 stacks of pumpkins out of this. Any ones that grow at the end of that minute, those pistons break them. The water carries them down to this hopper in the middle, which puts them in the chest. About half of it. So this is an automated pumpkin farm. Now there is no chunk loader in here. We haven't done the chunk claiming and all that, even though we do have FTB utilities, simply because this is the spawn area. And I didn't want to claim this because then nobody else could use it. Okay, so now we got that. You've seen the bee area. I did put 2 trees here because I didn't like having butterflies around. Just not tons of butterflies. Okay, showing you the villagers, showing you the pumpkins. You already saw the farms out here the other day. Now that we have pumpkins, we did go through and put jack-o'-lanterns into all the water spots. So if I look at this at night, you see the whole thing's lit up now. There's no dark area inside of here. If you look at Journey Map, you can see that. Let's see. I added Pam's apiaries over here to get honey. And these are really easy to use. Got honey, grubs, and this is a dead queen. You can tell because she has no life indicator. Now to get a new queen is really simple. You put the queen in here, you get a jar of honey. Put the honey in there with the grub, you get a queen. Really easy, right? Throw her back in and she makes more. And here, there's the resonator I told you about. Had to add more refrigerators because we had so much more food. I got a toaster from last time. I've added power. This is AQ, by the way. Whoop. Well, she's bowing to YouTube. She's not waving at YouTube. Either way, it works, though. Let's see. Give her a little bit of food to go with. This is going to be our RF tools room. We're working on the decorations a little bit, but you see we've got teleporters in here. We're going to have more in here. So I had to bring power in. So I added three sets of water wheels. I forgot to add the rest of the glass in. I meant to grab the glass while we were over there. But each one of these is not optimal because I don't know how to optimize it. I looked it up, and it involves putting water under it and putting water behind it, and it just didn't make a lot of sense to me. So maybe somebody else will get on the server and do it for me because I just don't know. But it's generated 4 million, and let's just call this RF. RF didn't make the port from 1.7 to 1.10, so it's not RF. But we're going to call this RF because it translates into 1-to-1. I also stuck these Ender IO lights. Let's see, there we go. It's literally just called a light. And those need a redstone signal, but if you put those in a crafting grid with the redstone torch, it inverts them, so you need a redstone signal to turn them off instead of on. Pretty nifty. So that's where our power's coming from. John Harn, who's also on the server, built this platform up, and he's slowly turning this into an ore doubling a machine room, so we don't have to rely on the smelter for everything. So we got a couple, let's see, a couple of alloy smelters, a sag mill. Right now, this is the death trap down there. It keeps spawning all kinds of stuff because it's not been lit up yet, but it works. Then Boxo1 of Unstoppable fame built this area. So we've got our smelter here. He put a door on it because he claimed a source that said if you put a door on a smeltery, it makes it more efficient. I couldn't find the source, but he said it did, so I just left it because he built it. We got a little bit of stuff going on in here. But this is fairly easy to use. You can put liquid conduits, fluid conduits, onto the output drain on either a table or a bin, doesn't matter which. And it will fill them up a lot more quickly, so it makes processing faster. Then he built a custom blacksmith's house like you find in the villages. We've got a crafting table and anvil here. He didn't put the lava in because we don't want to burn it down. Got a couple of chests. Then he builds the room back here just like you always see. No chest in it, but it's got stuff going on back here. He did a really good job. Check out the chisels and bits he's got going on. Custom logs up here. I added in the blast furnace from Immersive Engineering and the coke oven. Then he also added in, this is a seared furnace, which is for cooking, I believe, and a tinker's tank. Let's go sleep again, then we'll show you off this. There we go. Now, the tinker's tank and the seared furnace I haven't used. I know AQ built those back in Hermit Pack a few months ago. I just never got around to it. But I think they're pretty cool. The furnace, I don't know what it does, to be honest with you. I think it cooks. Like if they're raw. Can you do anything? Item can't be cooked. Oh, okay, I guess it doesn't cook eggs. But yeah, evidently it cooks stuff. That's what it does. This guy over here, from what I've read, it stores whatever liquid you can make out of here. You can put them over here. So like, let's say I did tin and copper, which if you combine tin and copper, it makes bronze if you leave them over there in the smeltery. Well, if you put them from there to here, this thing will keep them liquid, but it will not allow them to alloy. It doesn't get them hot enough to alloy. So that's a pretty cool feature, I think. Then we've got over here, now let's go to the barns. Remember when I showed you this the other day, there was a little bit of a roof, and I had the little fountain going, and I had the little stair steps here, and that was it. I didn't have anything else going for it. Well, I finished this baby off. And it's not completely finished, not 100%. Like I left my bed and little basics in here, but I've got cows in it now. Oh, hush. My cow's got attitude too. And I've been breeding them in here slowly but surely. I took all the torches out because they didn't look realistic, I guess you'd say. I mean, if you have a torch next to wood, it's going to burn the wood down. So I added more of these lights in here. Every window to the outside has trapdoors on it, so nothing can come through and kill me or kill anything else. I added little bits of cobble and mossy cobble through here. Got individual, I'm going to call them pens, but I didn't put doors on them. And the cows will go to different pens throughout the day. So the cows are really enjoying this. And then I've got a lava light back here. And this entire thing, if I hit F4, you see everything is lit up so nothing's spawnable. The lowest light level in here was an 8. Which means nothing is spawnable. So I don't have to worry about anything spawning in here and taking me out. Now I had to put iron bars in here, and I put them everywhere I could. So there's iron bars in every single opening down at this level, because the baby cows were jumping into those, and apparently baby cows can get into them, but it hurts them, because I guess they're a little bit more than 1 block tall. So baby cows would jump in there and then die, because they're too dumb to get back out of it. I didn't understand that myself. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. But what do you guys think? How do you like the progress so far? I know it's been a couple of days since the last episode. I do have some really good news for you. I was on Amazon yesterday, and, well, what I've been hoping for happened. I've been looking at microphones. I've had a couple of them bookmarked and left them in my shopping cart so I wouldn't forget about them. I had to go back and look at them, hoping for something to go on sale. And one of the mics that I wanted it's like a $110 mic, so I was going to have to save up or use a lot of my Christmas money to get it. Well, I checked it yesterday. It was on sale for $16.99. So that baby will be here tomorrow. And after that, I also ordered the little screen cover, but it's not going to come in until after January 1st. And I ordered a mic stand, a boom mic stand, to make everything easier for me. So you should hear increased sound quality starting tomorrow, I hope. As long as it'll stand up on my desk, because it comes with a mini stand and I sit pretty close to my desk anyway. So you should hear greatly increased audio quality. Hopefully I will like that a lot better, because I've gotten a lot of complaints over some popping in my mic. I think part of the issue is that sometimes I'll have it on the charger because it is a wireless headset. So I'll have it on the charger, and I've noticed myself that I'll hear a little popping in that when I'm just playing and it's charging. Sometimes it gets really annoying, like this high-pitched buzzing. And sometimes it's okay. But those episodes are when I usually get the biggest complaints. So hopefully that'll fix up all that. This has got an XLR connection to it, or XLR to 3.5, so I can plug it straight into my headset jack. And then later on, I'll see about getting Phantom Power. I've got one of those bookmarked, but it's not on sale. It's $100 too. So I'll see about getting a Phantom Power source to get even better sound quality off of this. So hopefully that will be pretty cool. But guys, what do you think about this? Oh, I almost forgot. Oh, I almost forgot. Check this out. Bam, bam. All right, so I've got this Dark Armor chest on. I didn't make the whole Dark Armor set yet. Just the Dark Armor chest. Watch this. Wachung! I got the glider. Now I can do this. And it's not quite the same as flight. But it's still flight. Well, it's gliding. It's not flight, but you know, it works. I've never done this from third person. This is really cool looking. It's not as cool as the Elytra, because you don't get the Superman pose going on. So I do want to get an Elytra, but we haven't been to the end yet. Whoosh! Oh, this is fun. So much fun. I like that. And then it tucks back into your back. All right, guys. That's going to be it for today's episode. I want to give you an update of what's going on, let you see all the new stuff. And I was scared if I did too much more, then it would just be like I left y'all behind. I haven't quit making the videos. I kind of paused them just a little bit till I get that new microphone in, because I was tired of having bad sound quality and I wanted it to be better for y'all. But if you liked the episode, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this out on all the social medias with all the people you know. And until the next episode, check out the rest of the stuff on my channel. I've got a few other series going on. Started a new little mini game yesterday called Bastion, which it's a lot of fun. Had 3 other Steam games I bought, but none of them. One of them that was a lot of fun, I couldn't get the recording to work right, and the other 2 I haven't tried yet. But you'll see a couple other little games, not as big as Minecraft, but little games coming up that you may like to watch just as much as this one. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Y'all be safe.